I'll ask you to pardon the noise in the background. This is one of my vlogs from the depths. And there's actually no video with this, so it's just really a log. It's April 1st, 2014, and this is not an April Fool's Day joke. Over the past several months, I have been trying to assess the situation surrounding my work, and a more difficult task has been assessing the covert government manipulation of my work and their seeming tenacity in hiding the truth and continuing to defraud the population that is paying their bills about the nature of the universe as it has been discovered. This is a very, very large task. This is an incredible task. Their defense is the stuff that they teach in the schools in these days. Newton and Galileo, and this is sort of their alibi. This is a set dressing for mistakes that have been made in our culture at large, that continue to be enforced by the agents of this dark, I believe, satanic or evil, devil-worshipping cabal. And for all of those people who are listening right now who have made that deal with the devil, with the evil, the compact to remain silent and hide the truth, to stab the truth, and to pretend like the people who are speaking the truth are either crazy or misinformed or just not right somehow. You people have some difficult decisions to make. You people who have been listening to these more private depth of the water logs have stolen a great deal from me. You have converted my intellectual property, my worldview, into things that I consider to be an abomination of the truth. And while you may consider the world created in Pacific Rim to be this anti-verse, in truth, those of you who are in the know better. You know that you are willingly subjecting your children to these sorts of films that portray nuclear-powered robots that dive into the sea as the heroes. And as the truth about the deceptions associated with Fukushima come to light, the truth also about the nature of the debacle itself as it relates to this sacred knowledge that you people are intentionally depriving your your country, your brothers and sisters, all of these people from. You know, some of you have signed agreements saying that you won't speak the word astrotometry. Some of you have signed agreements saying that you won't talk about the fraud that NASA is perpetrating in the headlines of our news agencies. And while on some level, you know, the government, the Pentagon, sees this as some sort of war gaming that is going on that might have some legitimate nature to it, you have sold not just your soul, but the souls of your children. You've sold out the truth of your entire progeny. And I've been contemplating about the depth of this in the words of some ancient prophets who came to understand mankind as being born of a sin against God. And as the sort of stuff that I see on the horizon in our natural quote-unquote world that is going to be ascribed to human forces, the incorrectly flagged human forces. that truth, that reality is going to manifest. The fact that you've sold out put you in a very, very difficult place in the continuum itself. And I realize that most of you don't understand this. I realize that most of you aren't capable of understanding this. That doesn't make it my problem. That doesn't make me responsible for you doing bad things that you know are bad things, and then agreeing not to talk about it. Doesn't make me responsible in any way. It doesn't in any way indebt the laws of nature to come to save your ass. And so as I'm looking at the way that the military clearly knew about the correlation with the earthquakes and the solar activity back in the mid-90s, and that they were actually following me, my research of the sun, my research of the ancient texts, and as you know, Brian Moore, I believe that was his name, thought, portrayed it as doing me a sort of favor, that he was going to create this character called Daniel Jackson in this show called Stargate, while the government very clearly intended to steal what I was discovering, to steal my understanding of the nature of the universe and the inventions and the potential applications of all of my discoveries, as the government put a very, very strong and expensive system in place to deceive its entire population, to enslave the idiots who fell for that deception, the people who worked on those projects. I have very, very, very little sympathy for you people. I have mostly contempt for the corruption in your ranks. I have mostly contempt for the people at the CIA who decided, oh, the military's doing something bad. Oh, we're gonna make Farscape. We're gonna create John Robert Crichton Jr. We'll send Andy Denon in, and Hallmark will go buy the greeting card company in the local town and surround this guy to try to flag the military for John Robert Crichton Jr. being hunted by an insane military commander. And that this pales in such an amazing way to Watergate is, fairly appropriate for the guy that thought that he was going to screw it to the executive branch by calling it Stargate. That you people manipulate each other, that you people exploit the problems that are going on in our society rather than actually trying to solve them, rather than genuinely doing the things that you should be doing, is the problem. That is what is going to come back on you now in the form of these changes to your planet that you just simply don't understand. And you can blame carbon emissions while burning down the forests to create more CO2 to try to support your phony hypothesis. You can pretend that you don't have the technology to immediately detect a forest fire and dispatch air defenses to put it out. You can pretend that that's really true. It's not going to change what's going to happen. And what about all that CO2 that would have been absorbed by those poor trees that got burned up in your maniacal scheme? What about that? What about the natural reduction of CO2 that might have been taking place had you very same people not been covering up the people who slaughter the forests? And that you're now planning on starving out the farmers in the Central Valley so that no additional CO2 absorption will be happening here in California? Yeah. Same shit, different day from my perspective. And you people in LA with your swimming pools and all your fucking money and bullshit, all your fucking bullshit ways, your fucking tinsel town. Are you really ready for what's coming? Are you ready to be responsible for what is coming? Because you are. Whether you understand it or not, whether you have been able to do the math on the nature of the solar logos or not, you're responsible. Was that your intention, or was that the intention of your dark master? Maybe that's a question you should ask him. Fucking Satan worshipping scumbags. You fucking evil, devil worshipping bullshit artists. You think he's gonna save you? Do you think there's some miraculous force that's gonna come and save you after what you've done? Or are you just really sold on the line in your top secret documents? The lies that they tell everybody inside because they're so fucking unbelievable. Anybody that exposed them on the outside would be clearly labeled insane, as you are. And so yeah, people on YouTube, hey, don't worry, I'm the one that's crazy. And what I've told you about the nature of the television shows and the movies that are all based on my ideas and the implications of my work, and the gaming that's been going on around the secret other dimensional world travel associated with lysergic diethylamine and complicated particle physics that are exquisitely disguising themselves as some philanthropic effort to understand the nature of the God particle. As you people are sucking down this bullshit, check CNN for why your thermometers are so fucked up. Your real life thermometers are so fucked up. Because I am done with you people. I am done with you fucking psycho Nazis. If you're someone who accidentally found this channel, or someone who was led to this channel by one of these idiot pokes, and you really don't know about any of this stuff, you really don't know what's going on in the world and why the idiots who write the headlines write these fucking ridiculous headlines, if you really don't know about the gambit that's going on, the talk between the lines about the flight and using the US government and army yet again to invade another country, if you don't know about that, if you don't know about the crowns of Saudi Arabia and the UK conspiring to use the United States as its mercenary force, if you really don't know about that, I don't know what to tell you. I really don't know what to tell you. But it's about gonna happen. You gonna do anything about it? Hell no. Go watch your fucking CNN. Let your attention be drawn away from the more important matters by some fictions that are being concocted in real time to distract from the reality that no one is willing or able to face. And so the people of you who haven't heard one of these before might get a little hint as to why these shows are some of the most popular shows on television. And so Hollywood, so FBI, CIA, NSA, all you sold out pathetic ignoramuses, all you pretend protectors of mankind, fuck you!